Street is now cleared. People have been moving in and out of that home behind me all day.
Your parents blew $500 million of your money?
Yeah, somewhere between like 350, 400, 500 million dollars.
There was no will left by Aaron Carter. When Aaron Carter passed away without leaving a will, his possessions were distributed by California law. The TMZ report states that Aaron's lawyer advised him to create a will since he had a dependent kid. We learned that Aaron and his fiancée Melanie were having such a hard time, the Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services intervened and removed their 11-month-old son Prince from their care. Since September, he's been staying with Melanie's mother. What will happen to Aaron's will? What's up with all the money grabbers showing up to talk about Carter days after his death? Want more of the rumors about Aaron Carter's death and aftermath? For all types of celebrity news and pop culture, hit that subscribe button, like, and turn on notifications for Celebrity Pop. Aaron was advised by his attorney to create a will, but as you're aware, tragic events ensued. A week ago, Aaron passed away. It seems that his son Prince will be addressed. If a parent dies without a will and they only have one kid, that child will get the inheritance. This is the case in a large number of states, California included. We've heard that Aaron's financial situation wasn't great when he passed away, and that's a major issue. Someone who knew Aaron said he spent his money rapidly and always worried about making ends meet. However, he was selling his home, and the proceeds would go towards making the young kid feel secure. A family representative said that it was insensitive to publish Aaron's book so soon after his death, and that Hilary Duff was correct to bring it up. According to Big Umbrella management agent Taylor Helgensen's interview with the New York Post, as Aaron's management, we'd want to thank Hilary Duff for what she expressed regarding the book. Amid our grief at the loss of our dear buddy, we have had to contend with obscenely rude and unlawful publications like Blacklisted, Lately, and now a book. Then, Helgeson said, a time for melancholy thought and sorrow, not for cynical profiteering and attention-seeking. Plus, delete the details mentioned above and refrain from making further public statements about him without obtaining his family's consent. Hilary Duff regrets the news that Aaron Carter's unfinished biography would be released on November 5th, just days after his death. This book about Aaron's has been rushed to publication less than a week after his death, and the publisher doesn't appear to have done enough research to verify the author's allegations, Hilary told E! News. An incomplete biography of the late musician, titled Aaron Carter, An Incomplete Story of an Incomplete Life, has been in the works for almost 3 years. Carter was interviewed by book's author Andy Simmons about his time as a kid star and musician. In a statement released this past Thursday, Duff said she was hammered by reports that used Aaron's tale for sensationalist purposes without any evidence to back them up. To cast a bright light on what is plainly a clumsy attempt to make money bothers me, she said. After That's How I Beat Shaq was aired on Duff's popular program Lizzie McGuire in 2000, Carter and Duff began dating. Carter and Duff were both 13 years old at the time. They went on a couple more dates after that, but ultimately broke up in 2003. The common ground shared by Aaron's exes was their shared experience as Disney stars. Therefore, conversations about Lindsay Lohan were common throughout their breakups. Carter was madly in love with the actress for a long time. The following tweet from the Dancing with the Stars competitor in 2014 seems to be directed towards Duff. Don't be that naive fool that loses the love of his or her life forever, like me. I can't expect to see her again until I make some changes in my own life. I couldn't care less about what other people think. Ballast Books stated on November 9th, only 10 days after Carter's death was made public, that the posthumous tell-all would be issued on November 15th. Us Weekly has confirmed the death of Aaron's party artist Aaron Neville at 34 at his home in California. The Cinderella actress took to social media to pay her respects to the late singer after hearing of his passing. To Aaron, I'm sorry that life was so horrific for you that you had to suffer in front of everyone, Hilary Duff said on Instagram, while Aaron was going through a hard time. Since I was a little kid, I've thought highly of you because of how kind you were to me. The prayers of me and my family will be sent up for you and yours. Rest easy. Carter's ex-girlfriend Melanie Martin and their 11-month-old baby Prince were really important in his life, most especially his little kid. The Florida native was honest about his struggles with mental health and substance abuse, but it's not clear what led to his death. After an on-again, off-again relationship lasting 3 years, the pop star proposed to the Bulgarian. The couple, however, officially divorced in February. They had a bitter fight, patched things up, lost a child, and then welcomed a rainbow baby into the world together. In an exclusive interview with us, the influencer said, I was looking forward to getting married to him and starting a family with him. Carter's death came just days after the couple planned to marry and have children. I realized we had a strong bond, and it was great to spend the holidays with them again. I can hardly believe it when I think about how long it'll be until I see my amazing sweetheart again. We've always loved each other, and neither of us could have survived without the other.
You mentioned that he was making you drink when you were younger.
Yeah, I mean, he would do that, but you know what? Like,
Unfortunately, Aaron Carter and his brother Nick never got a chance to have closure before Aaron passed away. Their friendship had deteriorated over the years. According to TMZ's interviews with Aaron's relatives, he believed he and Nick were on good terms in their last days, but the two men never spoke. Aaron's sister Angel informed him that she and their brother Nick loved him and wished for him to get better in the months leading up to his death. Aaron liked Nick and Angel because he found them supportive. According to our information, Aaron believed everything was okay between him and Nick since his family's communications to him in the past were typically explosive. However, Angel and Nick's most recent texts were totally different. Keep in mind that it would have been illegal for the siblings to communicate with each other face-to-face because of Nick and Angel's restraining orders against Aaron. As of 2019, Nick has reinstated the restraining order after alleging that Aaron threatened to harm his pregnant wife and their unborn child. The next year, Angel filed for a restraining order against Aaron, claiming he had threatened to have hitmen show up at her house. Since Aaron Carter's death, some of his followers have harassed and even threatened Melanie Martin. Mel's pals have informed TMZ that she has had a terrible time using the internet since Aaron's death due to all the hateful comments she's received from his admirers. Many of Melanie's supporters believe she murdered Aaron, and some of them even want her dead. There's a term for this persistent kind of bullying. It's called trolling. Our information suggests that many have been visiting Aaron's house in Lancaster, California since he was discovered dead in a tub there. According to the rumors, they often visit the area, approaching the home's windows and automobiles to see inside. This particularly unsettles Melanie. In the US, the news was initially reported by TMZ. While Melanie was packing up her belongings to leave Aaron's residence this week, the cops arrived. Melanie reportedly contacted the police to check on the peace and quiet at her home. After all her difficulties, she was determined to have none while staying at Aaron's. Melanie, our sources tell us, was only getting some of her stuff and some diapers and clothing for their son Prince out of storage when Aaron's supporters started accusing her of stealing his stuff. We're informed that Melanie is terrified and has now gained empathy for Aaron's long-standing issues as a consequence of the cyberbullying she has endured. Our information suggests that Aaron was severely impacted by the online hatred directed at him, and now that hatred is pulling Melanie apart. Regardless of popular belief, the family maintains their conviction that the death was accidental. There's a segment of Aaron Carter's fan base that is certain the singer took his own life, but others who knew him best are vehemently opposed to the idea. According to TMZ sources close to Aaron's family, the singer was looking forward to a bright future, and for the first time in a long time, he and his ex-girlfriend Melanie Martin were on good terms. After Aaron's latest post reading, "Love y'all, stay blessed, stay safe," fans began to speculate that he may have taken his own life. There's speculation among Aaron's fanbase that he was preparing to end his life before the holidays, and even made a few live broadcasts in which he seemed to be incoherent. In fact, according to others in his family, Aaron was looking forward to the holidays so much that he made plans to see Melanie and their son Prince. With the hope of becoming a more active dad, he'd also scheduled sessions with a family counselor. And social worker. We were informed by law enforcement that no, there wasn't a note discovered at the site of Aaron's death, but that they did uncover cans of compressed air and prescriptions in the singer's bathroom and bedroom. This evidence, although not certain, does point to an accidental death. As of yet, the results of the toxicology testing on Aaron's body have not been released, so we don't know exactly what caused his death. What do you think happened? Tell us in the comments. And for all types of celebrity news and pop culture, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications for Celebrity Pop.